Hi, I'm Natalie McNeil, and you are watching She Takes on the World TV, your weekly dose of soaring inspiration and practical advice to turn your small business into something big. One of the best ways for you to turn your small business into something big is by getting more press and media attention, especially on camera press. And that's why joining me today is my friend and client, Gwen Elliot. She is a TV producer. She has a show right now on the Oprah Winfrey Network in Canada, and she is a guru on all things media. So Gwen, thank you so much for joining me and being here today.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Tell me why it's so important for people to seek on-camera press and not just being in a newspaper or being in a magazine. What's different about it?
The very simple answer is you can no longer hide. When you're on camera, when you're putting yourself out there in that kind of way, people are going to start knowing that you're successful, that you're really doing this business thing for real. You can't hide. So I strongly encourage all entrepreneurs to get on-camera media coverage.
Awesome. So I want to talk to you about your 3 strategies and secrets for being able to get on camera. And just to let our viewers at home know, you have currently a show that you're producing on the Oprah Winfrey Network in Canada. You've had your own television show, which has helped your personal brand be elevated and also your business. So you're such a great expert and source of knowledge when it comes to this stuff. So give me tip number 1.
Yes, and it's weird. I do have some weird experience in the sense that I've been on shows, created shows, been behind the scenes, and then been an entrepreneur and trying to get media coverage. So I wanted to share some media hacks that have actually worked for me. So one thing that's worked, and I've referenced with some of my producer friends that work at the national level, is send a physical product to their office.
Love
something outside of the box, something that one example that comes to mind was an entrepreneur sent a group of helium balloons with their business card inside, and it causes a stir in the office. Producers work close together. They're like, what just got sent to you? So send something physical. It stands out way above sending an email. Another weird hack I've been using for many years is guessing email addresses. Lots of ways to do it. But one way that's worked for me is you look at a press release from the media company that you want to get on their show. At the bottom, they usually have the email for the press person. So you can see their name and how they set up the email and the domain. And then once you find out who the producer is, you can guess his or her email address. And I also use an amazing tool called Reportive. It's a free tool.
Great tool.
That you can use to confirm if these email addresses are correct. So check it out. And then another tip that I would share is try to be on the show in the audience or as a makeover candidate for the show that you really want to be on.
Have you done that?
Yes.
Yes.
I have done some weird things to try and get exposure to certain shows.
I love it.
I've done a 30-day cleanse that aired on TV and was downloaded 50,000 times. I've exercised, done push-ups with some national hosts. And it's fun, but it also got me in touch with the producers so that I could pitch other things later on.
Just from being in the audience and sort of volunteering yourself to go and do push-ups in front of thousands of people watching?
Yes. So you definitely have to be somebody who's willing to have a little bit of fun with it. You might get a crazy haircut or something, but producers, as you've probably heard, they are always looking for content and always looking for people that can help them with their job.
So I just love that, because if you feel ready to be on camera, you really have to be willing to put yourself out there in those kinds of ways. So good for you for stepping up and doing those crazy things so that you can get more press. So for everybody at home who's thinking, okay, I do want on-camera media, I know that, but I'm just not sure of the next step to take. So I want to take people through that actionable that they can do right now, that they can start doing. Yes. What is that?
What comes to mind and what's helped me and people that I've worked with, if you haven't had on-camera experience, is to start small. Literally, the worst nightmare would be you go from no on-camera experience to like Good Morning America or She Takes on the World, like right away. Oh my God, terrible. I started with local cable, and local cable in your community, they're looking for you. They want to highlight people in the community who are doing great work. And their emails are generally on the site, like they're looking for you. So that's a great way to get a sense of what it's like to have the full on-camera experience. And personally, my first experience on a local cable show led to making a connection and later being able to pitch a full TV show and get to produce a couple seasons of a show. So start small with media and then use Media Loves Media. So you can use that to get bigger stuff after that.
Absolutely. And you have a script that you are going to share with our viewers, which is so exciting because I know people just love to see what it takes. And I think there's this whole fear around, well, maybe I'm not good enough to be on television yet, or maybe I don't have that experience, or she has way more than what I've got, so I'm not going to be able to do that, or she must have so many more connections than I do. But really, it can start with one simple email, and the email that you sent to get things rolling with your TV show was quite simple. So can you share that with us now?
Yes, and you'll be surprised at how easy it is. So this is my very first pitch, and I had a really quite honestly, ugly blog when I was first starting, but I knew I had something special that I wanted to share. So how I started it, once I said hi and then the name of the producer, I did the background work to actually see what her name was. So hi and then her name. And then in brackets, I put pitch for segment idea for Daytime Toronto was the show. I would also recommend, if that doesn't feel right to you, actually putting in exactly what you're pitching. So it's clear. They're like, I get it. You're pitching to me. So I start off by saying, hi, Jennifer. My name's Gwen, and I'm the creator of Start Something Big. So that's the blog that I had at the time. So be very clear about who you are, what you're doing right away. Then I share about why I'm writing to her today. I've created this website, and I really want to share it. And I also share that the website is actually really connected to the community because I'm interviewing people that are in the community. So I'm relating to the show. Then I make it very simple for the producer. I share what can I actually talk about on the show. It makes their life easier. They don't want to dig around and figure out, what you can share with the audience. So I share, for example, my 3 simple steps to starting something big and a few other ideas. Then I just close it out. I'd love to hear feedback on the idea or to see if I'm a good fit. And I also mention the host names. So it shows that I've watched the show. I'm aware of the show. I'm not just like, oh, let me use your platform and peace out. And then I'd say, hope to hear from you soon, have my name. And then underneath it, you can actually put like your name and your title as well.
Yeah. And in this case, you got a response. And I think it's also important. It's important to share with people that you may get those rejection letters. I've gotten a lot of rejection notes or just heard absolute crickets from people, and you've got to keep going and keep pitching because you will land on the right ears at some point with someone absolutely wanting to share your message. And I think that's really important for people to keep in mind. And you have shared some amazing tips and strategies with us today. So thank you so much for that and for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel on YouTube and share it with an entrepreneur who should be getting more spotlight on their business right now. I will see you in the next episode of She Takes on the World TV. I hope you liked the episode of She Takes on the World TV you just watched. And if you did, I would love to invite you to take my free 14-day Conquer course to turn your small business into something big. Come on over to shetakesontheworld.com/conquer course to sign up.